Hey guys, welcome back. More Disney Infinity, and today we're going to work on a little something here. Hold on one second while I move this. Somebody was recently asking about the Wrangler challenge from the Toy Box Takeover. We have to collect all the horses up, put them in the pen. My original thought was to strip down the template that comes in the game ribbon, but then I decided no, it'd probably be easier, better, and faster just to make one from scratch. Let's see if I'm right. So we're going to jump into this very quickly. First thing we're going to want to do is create a pen. And the reason I decided to do it this way is because when you use their set piece template, which we'll probably see here in a moment. Or did I pass it already? There it is. Template. Hopefully I didn't pass it. Maybe I did. Mission Town version, nope. Cliffside. Mount Race Game. Western Wrangler. Alright, if we use theirs, you see that red box in the middle there, or the lower middle? That's what you're putting them into. That's the pen. And quite frankly, that pen is not my favorite thing. So, we're going to need a few things here. Let's start with... I'm going to need at least one, but I'm going to drop a few locators because I have a feeling I might need them. And if not, we'll just get rid of them. We're definitely going to need a dynamic trigger. We may need this. Trigger area, we'll leave that over there just in case. Always a good idea to have a button or 5. And with the challenge maker, because we do want this to be a game. Well, yeah, we're going to go with it. And that's that collection pen we talked about moments ago, which, eek. Object generator. Is that what we went with? I can't remember now, but we'll say maybe. Let's take a quick look at all these things here. Designator checkpoint. Alright, so the other thing we will definitely need then is the dynamic trigger. And a counter, which I think I just passed. We need a counter. Replayer. And there's our dynamic trigger. And then I suppose we'll need a pen. So let's build a pen. I think we'll go with the Star Wars. Not that one, though, this one. It's gonna be a small pen, though, isn't it? Why don't they have a regular middle section? Well, for the purposes of the video, this will have to work. You're killing me, Smalls. Good enough. Gives you the idea. You can mix it up however you want to. There are other fences and stuff you can use, but we're good. Alright, so let's start with our dynamic trigger. We're going to want a locator for that. Go to our new locator connection. Go to logic on that, and that is the location. Go to your logic on your dynamic trigger, and now we're going to set the properties quickly here. So the target is not the toy. The target is going to be the locator. And then the trigger distance, I actually did this yesterday. I want to say we'll go with probably 8, because this is a smaller box than the one I used yesterday. We'll throw that right there in the middle. I don't know, suddenly 10 might be the right number. Okay. So we're going to... Actually, we didn't have... Yeah, this is not going to work with this object generator, so let's get rid of the object generator. What we're going to do is just spawn them in. So we're ready to go. New logic connection. When that's pressed, we are going to start the game. When the game is started, we're going to play the replayer. Now, right now, there's nothing in there to play, but don't worry about that. One other thing we want to do with the replayer is when the invitation is accepted. The replayer is generally a two-step item to get it to work the first time. So when you accept the invitation, it's going to clear it, which it'll probably be cleared anyway, and then the second one will play it. But if you don't hit the clear first, it tends not to play. Even though it probably should be, it doesn't. And let's see, last but not least on the replayer is when the game has been completed, we will also be clearing the replayer. Okay, now we're going to go to our counter and set the count. Go to your properties. Right now it's 2. We're going to leave it at 2. We're going to have one in each of those, one of each spawning. Visible display, we'll say yes, this way you know which number you're up to, because you can get much larger numbers, obviously, than 2. Reset on target reach, we're going to say no. The reason being, we're going to let this do it. So when the game has been completed, take it back. Clear that. When the invite is accepted, because that way if you want to play it a second time, third time, what have you, we will reset. Last but not least, how do we get that score to tick? Very simply, we're on the dynamic trigger, so anytime it is entered by AI, artificial intelligence, mounts, we are going to increment by 1. And of course, when it gets to the big number 2, we're done. Now we just got to tell it to the game maker. New challenge connection when the target is reached. Complete the game. That's almost everything right there, guys. Now, we do have one more thing to do, which is, of course, we need some horses. or elephants or whatever other creature you're using. I don't think I need this. I probably don't need those extra 3 connectors in the back that I just thought I'd keep. Locators. Alright, so we're going to go over here. Just like the old day VCRs. Play, record, playback. So we're going to start recording. From this point in time, everything we do will be memorized by this toy. We want to go down here to mounts. And then you can pick whichever ones you want in this case. So we'll go with the horses. What the heck. We need 2 of those. And I'd like them to spawn in a little high so they kind of plop onto the playing field. Makes it look a little cooler, I think. So those 2 horses are going to drop down. And now what we want to say... Easy, big fella. Actually, no, we shouldn't have to say anything, should we? Let me just see something real quick. No, we're good. Check out the properties real quick. No team, that's all. Alright, that should be it, I think. There is one little thing I'd kind of question, but we'll see in a minute. So let's watch this real quick. We're going to clear it. There go the horses. And playback. They drop down. You can do this all day. I might not need this either. Let's go to the challenge maker, although the challenge maker does that itself. So, bye-bye. Okay, let's see how this turns out. There is a little question I have about whether the horses will register because I recorded it after all the other logic was down, but we're going to find out. There are my horses. There is one other thing I forgot to do, but it did count it. You gotta get a better running jump. There you go. Worked! So the other thing we could have done and forgot to do, which we'll do right now, is we want to set a kill switch. I know it sounds terrible, but the horses feel no pain. So here you go. We're going to add kill switch. And all it's going to do is make the horses disappear just like they do in the game. Well, no, they probably don't in the game, but they are in this one. So we once again got this. Go to our dynamic trigger properties. Logic connection, sorry. When it's entered by AI mount, we want it defeated. And in that case, it will make the mount disappear. So let's try it one more time. And this was a whole lot faster than going through all their logic and cleaning it out. Hey, look, horses. Alright, there's one. That fence is higher up than I thought. And there's two.
I did it!
So that's how you can make the collection pen, or for anything else you want to use for that matter. But you can set your distance area, and I'm actually going to do a second video in just a minute here about the distance so far as your dynamic trigger, because I know some people don't quite understand the distance and what it measures out to. So we'll go over that. Pretty simple, and make sure you understand all that. Meantime, that's how you make your collection pen syndrome. So enjoy it, have fun, hope this helped you out, and if it did, please click the like button below. If you haven't already, subscribe. Till next time, guys, take care.